What to do, what to do.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my bee yard. This is Adrian Has Bees. So today I'm really excited. We're gonna have a look at LaPaz, which is that hive right there, which if you watched my video from last week, I made a split from Berlin, the hive right there. I took 5 frames out of Berlin, 1 that had eggs, 2 that had brood, and 2 that had resources on it, and I put them in LaPaz. And I'm hoping that there are queen cells in LaPaz just about ready to emerge. So we'll find out. I calculated that the 9th of July, today is the 4th of July. Happy 4th of July, by the way, everyone. I calculated that 9 July should be the time that the queen emerges. So there should be some capped queen cells there, I hope. It's been very interesting watching this. I've seen a lot of larvae be pulled out. It appears that a lot of larvae died during this process, and there was a lot of larvae being cleaned out. I saw bees dragging larvae out of the entrance and dropping it on the ground. I'll post some video here so that you can see what was going on. It was actually quite amazing to watch. Had I raised some queens and had some queens handy to where I could have put one straight in there, I actually wonder if this would have done better. But I have not tried to raise queens yet. I do intend to at some point, but so far I have not. So anyway, thanks for coming along on the journey. I'm gonna get suited up, I'm gonna light the smoker, and we'll go see what's going on. Thanks for coming along, everyone.
Our goal now is to see if there's a queen cell in there. Hoping that these girls have been making themselves a new queen. So, we're just going to do this without smoke. Oh, there's plenty of bees in there. That's fantastic. As soon as I see a queen cell, I'm going to stop because I don't want to disrupt these girls any more than necessary. And I'm happy with how many bees are actually in here. My fear was that I would make this split and that they would all abscond. No queen cell. Lots of brood there. I think this next frame should be where I see a queen cell. That, I believe, is where the eggs were. Damn it. Don't see a queen cell. Alright. What I'm going to do, since I don't see a queen cell here, I'm going to go into Berlin, and I'm going to grab a frame that's got eggs on it, because these girls have been without a queen for a week, so they're going to be desperate to make a queen, I think. So I'm going to steal another cell, or another frame, from Berlin. We'll see how that goes. More to come. I think Adrian messed up last week. I went into this hive today to check and see if I could find queen cells, because I anticipated that they should be there based on the fact that I pulled the eggs out quite early last week, and they should have queen cells built. But I opened it up real quick and looked, and I didn't see any queen cells. So I was going to take another queen frame from Berlin. But when I opened up Berlin, I found several queen cells on the frames there. So to prevent disturbing them anymore, I put them back. I didn't get any pictures of them, unfortunately. I might see if I can get some later. But that tells me that my queen is either in here or I accidentally killed her putting boxes back together or frames back in, which I hope not, but I'm going to do another inspection here and kind of look a little closer and see if I can see any eggs or anything else in LaPaz, because the Queen of Berlin may have been relocated to LaPaz. So that's what we're going to do now. Oh, goodness, there she is. Gosh dang it. So if you can see her, sure enough, the Queen of Berlin walking around. I completely missed that. And I placed her in this hive, which was unintentional. However, I'm going to let it go. We're just going to see how these two hives progress. It's good to know now that LaPaz is queen right. She is laying. So we'll keep feeding them. In fact, I'm going to give them a pollen patty as well. Okay.
The big surprise of the day, that was supposed to be my split last week that I took from Berlin. What I found this morning, I didn't see any queen cells in LaPaz, and I was really worried that I might not have put in eggs young enough and that would just go and be a hive that self-destructs, basically. However, upon closer inspection, well, I went into Berlin and I saw queen cells in there, which the bees will draw out queen cells when they're queenless. or they need to replace the queen. So that got me thinking, let me go back over to LaPaz. So I went back to LaPaz. I found the queen in LaPaz, so I left her there. I found larvae. I'm sure there's eggs as well because I found some like 3-day-old larvae. So she's laying in there. She's going great guns. So I fed them really well, both the pollen patty and sugar water. And I've got a pollen patty and sugar water in Berlin so that hopefully both of these hives will grow and be strong. This one I've got about a week before we can go and check to see if there's a new queen in there, and we'll try and mark her again. Not that it helped me much with that queen, but we will try that.
Hey guys. Ooh, look at all this comb. They're building it up all the way through there. Isn't that pretty? Brand new, really pale comb. That just shows how new it is. So, wow, looking at this honey super, they might actually have some built out, or capped over, I should say. Oh, looky there. Okay. So that's about half capped over. They're still capping the rest. That's about a quarter capped over. So let's set that one aside and see what the rest of these are looking like. Oh, lots of honey dripping. Oh my goodness, this is a heavy frame. Still, they've got more to go on that. You know what? Instead of disrupting all of these, I think we're just going to put these back. I think that's safe to say that we have some honey cooking. So I want to get one pollen patty on here. Oh my gosh, that was heavy. Oh, look at all that delicious nectar. Some of that's probably honey too. We're going to actually sample some of that before we go anywhere. All right. We're going to clear a space so that we can lay a pollen patty up here. Man, it is humid today. You know what? We may actually set a second super on here. Yeah, I think we will. We're gonna. Oh, God. I would really like to leave them this super. So, oh my goodness, I'm gonna look at all the honey nectar that was dripping off. I laid the honey super there, and that just completely dripped off on there. So we're gonna set another honey super on here, and luckily I have one ready.
Hey everyone. This is some of the comb that had sweet nectar in it, and I've got someone else interested in it now. And I'm here to tell you, that is delicious. Not quite thick enough yet for honey, but that was some of the comb and the nectar that was between that box and that box. Right in that seam there, the bees had built comb between the honey super there. Now what I've done is put a second honey super on, and over here we've got a honey super, we've got a feeding box here. So I've just got some jars of sugar water inside there, turned upside down so the bees can eat off of it. And the honey, this honey super here is almost full. It's not kept over yet. It looks to be about halfway kept over on average. So maybe next week or the week after, we might actually get some honey out of there. I put a second honey super on, so that's what this box is. I don't feed these, except for a pollen patty. I put a pollen patty in down here, but I don't feed them sugar water at all because we don't want sugar water mixed in with the honey, because that would definitely detract from the quality of the honey. Thanks for joining me on this journey with my bees. Adrian Has Bees. Thanks for watching. Take care, everyone, and happy 4th of July, everyone. But anyway, thanks for joining me along. Anyway,